Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders who've been ruling well through the Spirit, right? Teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High continue to increase them in the knowledge and understanding, right? And mighty shalom to the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations. Lord willing, the Most High increase you in the knowledge and the understanding, right? And that you endure to the end. Shalom to the wise and the single sisters that's believers of His word. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. Something happened with the other video. But I wanted to say that this video is inspired by conversations I had at work, let alone this thought that stays in my mind ever since having a conversation with my brother Asher, when Asher said something that's I believe is going to stick in my head for a minute, when he said we have to prepare ourselves for the worst. And I'm like, dang, like it really clicked. And even in those, why you preparing for the worst, like right now, even in between preparing for the worst, we're all, if Lord willing, the Spirit is flowing with you, you are seeking the destiny of the righteous. You want to move in the righteous. You desire the reward of the righteous, right? And that means it's not about jealousy. You're going to clean yourself, right? So you can put on that garment of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? It was a verse that I had jumped to. Actually, we're going to go to it. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 17. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it in the KJV first. Salaki, where is it at? Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at 17 to 20. It says, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of wisdom, right? So the beginning of wisdom is a desire, discipline. And the care of discipline is love, right? And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51 and 54, because the corruptible will put on incorruption, right? And what it say? The incorruption maketh us near unto God. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to the kingdom, right? Because we're going to need an incorruptible body in order to get the kingdom. Let's read that in the GNT. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6. In the Good News Translation, it says, wisdom begins when you sincerely want to learn. Before I keep on going, Lord willing, if, the OG and other people I know is on here, it says wisdom begins when you sincerely want to learn. If you go in the scriptures, it says the beginning of wisdom is fearing the Lord, right? And like this sentence says, wisdom begins when you sincerely want to learn. Yes, you're going to read, right? You're going to get into your history. But even more, how do you learn is like, if I'm in a class and I'm like, hey, yo, teach, I read this. What does this mean? Or teach, it says this here, but I thought, because in history it said this here, or the news said this here. You learn when you ask questions and somebody answer you, right? You learn when somebody is teaching something you don't know. If you remember God created the heavens and the earth, but you don't know the deeper level, you're going to ask, oh, did Adam and Eve really bite an apple? You know what I'm saying? So wisdom begins when you sincerely want to learn. It's different actions. To desire wisdom is to love her. You have to love Sophia. In Greek, wisdom is Sophia. To love her is to keep her laws, right? 613, which is really the first 5 books of the Bible. And we're going to rehearse it to the best of our ability, because some laws is for the women, some laws is for the men, some laws is for the priests, right? That might even pertain into the temple, right? It says to keep her laws is to be certain of immortality. Immortality will bring you close to the Most High, right? So if we desire that incorruptible body, right, technically you're really desiring to be close to the Most High, right? let alone to be close to the Most High. You have to work on yourself. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5, examine yourself, seeing that you in the faith, right? We all want that glory, but make sure you checking yourself, right? Because the Lord can be testing you. Bring a homeless person, bring a basic level Israelite around, or a Christian, right? The Lord is going to see how you move in the spirit, right? Verse 20, it says, this desire for wisdom can prepare you to rule a kingdom. This is why every man that fears Yahweh Shema Shai is going to always want to wield wisdom, right? Because if you ain't trying to wield wisdom, you might as well not put the word kingdom in your damn vocabulary. Verse 21. So then, you that rule the nations, if you value your thrones and symbols of authority, honor wisdom so that you may rule forever. So let's honor wisdom. Technically, on a deeper level, who is wisdom? Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 24, Yahweh Shai is the power and the wisdom of the Most High, right? So we want to make sure that we give honor. And you know how we give honor? By calling on the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, right? Yahweh is the Most High God, which means he to be, or he exists, Ba'ashem, in the name of, right? Yahweh Shai, which means he saves or he redeems. Basically, he's a savior, right? And Bahashem in the name of Rakah, which is spirit, and Kodash is holy. Ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, you read from the right to the left. So when it says Rakah Kodash, when you read it from the right to the left, it's saying Holy Spirit, right? So we have to honor Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai so that we may rule forever, right? Without Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, niggas ain't getting shit. Excuse my language, right? Excuse my language. Now, let's get into this thing, man, right? Because I read it when I was at work. I was reading the KJV. When I got home, I'm like, okay, the KJV, let's get into it. And then I said, you know what? We can smack him on the head. Let's get this GNT. So I read it. I'm like, ooh, you see the highlighting. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. And we're going to read the whole clip and then we get into the precept. So verse 1 to verse 9, this is what it reads. It says, but righteous people are protected by the Most High and will never suffer torment. It is a foolish mistake to think that righteous people die, that their death is a terrible evil, right? It is a foolish mistake to think that righteous people die and that their death is a terrible evil, right? And hey, look, I'm thinking of Daniela from Great Millstone who had cancer, man. And guess what? He died serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We might look at the cancer as evil and terrible, right? It's all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but I can say this man died serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, he is of that number, right? And we could talk about other people like Eddie, right? When COVID first hit, this man was riding a bike when he could have drove all the way from the suburbs where the test tube monkey Edomites live, all the way to the hood, just to come stand post, right? Verse 3, it says, they leave us, but it is not a disaster. In fact, the righteous are at peace because they going back to the Father. Everybody go back to the damn Father, right? But the only thing for the wicked is that they go to the Father, and then when that time come, the Lord brings them back, and then they're going to get that judgment, that fire and brimstone. You know what I'm saying? It says, in fact, the righteous are at peace. Verse 4, it might appear that they suffered punishment, but they have the confident hope of immortality, of incorruption. Their sufferings were minor compared with the blessings they will receive, right? Their suffering is minor. Guess what? That's that 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, 17 and 18, right? This affliction is just for a moment, right? What does it say? It says their suffering were minor compared to the blessings they will receive. The Most High has tested them like gold in a furnace and found them worthy to be with him. right? And that's the whole point. We're trying to push to be worthy in the eyes of Yahweh Shemel Shai. He has accepted him just as he accepts the sacrifices which his worshipers burn on the altar. When the Most High comes to reward the righteous, when we look at Revelations, I believe the second chapter, Yahweh Shai is going to have he's going to have the reward with him. For the wicked, the righteous, the wicked. They will blaze out against the wicked like fire and dry straw. They will rule over nations and peoples. And Yahweh Shemel Shai will be their king forever. Right? We're going to rule the elect is going to rule nations and people. Right? And the Lord is going to be our king forever. Hey, it won't end. Verse 9, it says, those who have put their trust in the Most High will come to understand the truth of his ways, right? When we start trusting in Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Lord is going to put that spirit in us to actually understand his truth. Those who have been faithful will live with him in his love, for he is kind and merciful to the ones whom he has chosen. We understand Yahweh Shai said, I have chosen you, you didn't choose me. Right? The Lord chose us, but when we go in a deeper level, the Lord chose his elect. Right? The election is sure. You know what I'm saying? The elect is already selected right now. We just have to play it all out. They're already elected. We just don't know. Right? And what is it to be faithful? Yes, we would compare it to a marriage, to a relationship. Right? Being faithful is consistent. Being faithful is to endure. Being faithful is being persistent. Being faithful is having it on mind. Being faithful is being committed. Being faithful is cleaving. Being faithful is actually listening, taking heed to what the Most High is saying and actually apply it and apply it, move into it, right? Faithful to the Lord is very important. That's why you want to look at your life, look at your relationships, look at your children, look at your brotherhood in this truth. Are you faithful in that relationship, in that commitment? And if you are, look at yourself and see, are you faithful to the Lord? Right? A lot of us can't even say we trying, right? Adar Gabar, I need to do better. Right? I could probably remember this precept, that. I could probably break down a whole chapter and all these and the prophet. Hey, clap, clap, bravo. But if I'm still waking up each day like you, I have to seek the destiny of the righteous too. I want that righteous crown. I even want the reward of a prophet, man. I'm listening to prophets, what I believe, right? I want that prophet reward. Or if the Lord say that I'm an evangelist, a prophet, or apostle, or whoever he say, Lord, please. You know what I'm saying? I want the righteous reward. I don't want the wicked reward. But what am I doing? Right? 2 Timothy, I gotta get this, Sam. I gotta get him. Right? I believe it's this one. Right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15 in GMT. Do your best to win full approval. It didn't say half. It didn't say a portion. It said full approval in the Most High sight. As a worker who is not ashamed of his work. One who correctly teaches the message of the Most High's truth. Right? So it's going to be somebody out here. It's going to be a group of people. It's going to be a spirit out here that the Lord lends to brothers, that they're going to be teaching the word correctly. Brothers feel that Yahweh shall have to come and then he's going to break down all the scriptures or line up the breakdown. No, the prophecies is going to already reveal themselves right in front of you. Anybody that been teaching it, you just going to have to go for point. Right? And if you don't know who got that breakdown or that understanding, you just still going to be lost in the sauce. But everything that been prophesied and spoken in this word is going to already be seen in front of us. You just got to keep your eyes open, man. Right? So, let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, in the sight of the wise, in the sight of the unwise. They seemed to die, and their departure is taken for misery. Right? Let's read verse 1 and 2 together. Right? It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. Right? Because the wicked is going to see the righteous die, right, and think of, oh man, these people were taken, or this is a misery, right? They're gonna think down, but not even understanding the work that we've been putting our foot, right? They're not gonna understand. This is how you know people are still gonna be asleep, right, when this time comes. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the 4th chapter, verse 17. It says, for they shall see the end of the wise. What we just read, and shall not understand what the Most High and his counsel have decreed of him, into what end Yahweh Shemashai have set him in safety. Right? Yo, anybody, man, I want people to look at y'all, man, this man broken down, or I get shot, I get stabbed, man, this man was teaching on the corner, and look at him, man, this man was teaching so far. I want them to think that negative, because then when brothers actually come in that glory, it's gonna be that woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's gonna be that mouth dropping, right? When you look at it in the G&T, Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 17, it says, the wise may die young, but the wicked will never understand that this is Yahweh Shemashai's way of taking them off to safety. And I just said, the brother Dan Yala from Great Millstone, he passed away, right? Like got hit with a full blown of cancer. Let alone, I believe a year before that, he got burnt. His whole body got burnt. Over 4-degree burn. His whole body. And this man he did a video before he passed, bringing out scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Call hello Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord willing, that brother is the elect, man. Lord willing, he is, man. Right? So back to Wisdom of Solomon 3. So I'm gonna read 4 to 6, right? Because this is where I'm gonna put the precept in. It says, for though, let me start at 3. It says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality, right? In front of your eyes, nigga, you might see I'm getting punished. I'm getting tortured. Their nails is coming out, all this other stuff. But really, yet is their hope full of immortality, incorruption. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in a furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. Right? And you know what comes to mind, right? And it's probably multiple scriptures we can go to, but this is one that actually, hit me when I thought about it. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. It says, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. The Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Right? You have to bear with the Lord. The Lord is putting you through this, right? So we have to know the righteous is going to actually endure. Actually, the righteous is going to understand that it's all the work of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is a course, right? This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand, right? The wise today understand all those 14 captivities, right? Our women wearing the weaves, the sexy red, the baby mama drama. Even in your house, having a wife, 2 wives, it's going to always have a problem that emotion and feelings get in the way, right? Or they want this, or they want that. Or they feel like, you know what? I'm watching his kids too much. I want time to myself. It's like This place drained us so much to having fun, having free time. But in between that, we want to make love or get freaky and a child come. And then now we want to send them off. We want to go have fun. A lot of us don't have that ambition and that drive to get that clean garment, right? We should be always working to be purified, right? Always. But this is how you know the flesh is weak. We are in one of the lowest vibrations, right? Like Bashar and Sam was saying before camp last week or after. He said, man, we had to take on the lowest body. Actually, Jeremiah and Sam, we was talking about this right after camp, man. Our spirit is withheld inside this dumbass flesh, right? So the Lord put us low, like a worm, man. This right here is the worst flesh the Lord made, because you fall into that sin, you fall into that temptation, you fall into that doubt, you fall into, you know what, I'm not trying to strive for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? A lot of us grow into this thing and then eventually we want to quit, right? This is Romans chapter 8, and we're going to read 17 to 18, right? This is what it reads. And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together, right? We want to be glorified together with Hamashiach Yahushai, right? And you got to think, anybody that goes back to the world, you're putting Yahushai through the suffering again. But we know in Luke, the 9th chapter, the Lord tell you to pick up your cross daily and follow me. You have to know when you believe in the Yahweh Shemashai, suffering is going to come, right? 18, which is the point. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Like Yarmayan always say, when this thing falls and ends, we're gonna look at it as a freaking nightmare. Like, dang, it's finally over. Like, technically, through the Spirit, the elect is out here teaching. But if you would, like, we're all asleep. Not sleep like the Romans 13. I'm just saying in the Spirit, we sleep because we can't even fathom. Like, you can't even fathom what's next. You can't fathom. But I know it's beyond all of this. Nothing can compare. Like, one cell phone can't even compare to the fruit. You know what I'm saying? Your cell phone, the internet, flying in a jet, millions of dollars. None of that can even compare to all the animals in one zoo where you can walk through, pet them, and they not gonna bite you or do anything. They gonna most likely talk to you, right? Can't nothing compare to that, right? Let alone for the Black, Latinos, and natives have to deal with poverty, going into captivity again, right? We're not going to have to deal with that no more because the Lord is not going to have us suffer that. That is the lowest form, man. Let alone, look at the animals. We had to go down low. The animals freaking went down low, man. They in captivity, prison, just like us, man. Right? Nothing is compared to that glory Yahweh Shema Shai is about to give the hopeful elect. Right? Let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 4. We almost done, y'all. We almost done. I ain't gonna hold you too long. Right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17 and 18. It says, for our light affliction, which is for a moment, right? This light affliction is just for a moment. 1, right? Worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, right? Yo, the Lord working with us right now through the Spirit, getting you ready. Look, niggas don't even know how to rule their house, rule their pockets, rule their mouth, rule their damn rod. I'm not even talking about the women because the women not ruling. We talking about the men. If we can't control ourselves, how the hell do we think we're going to be a king or ruler over cities? The Lord is trying to prepare the man to get back in order, get back in charge, get back into putting shit in order, putting shit under control, right? For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. Right? We want to constantly look at the things that's not seen. And how do you do that? Constantly meditating on it. Constantly, sometimes you might see a video that can be something very small. It's not even on the level of what's in the next realm, but it could just be something that could be symbolic to it. Right? It's gonna automatically just flow. Like I seen this image, this video that I show my wives of the cherubims, right, with the heads and the wings, or the one joint with the wheel within the wheel. Like that would scare the hell out of you, man. You'd be frightened. So just imagine seeing that right here, right now, right? But just how spiritual they can look in that realm and then come to this realm and change. That's amazing. Right? It shows the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. He has control. The Lord can flick it and let everybody see him right now. The Lord has control. He's not making anything rush before it's time. That's freaking order, man. That's actually amazing, right? Reading 18 again, it says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal, right? This shit is only for a freaking moment. What the Lord trying to give us is going to be long mother sucking longevity. No, nothing in this place can compare to what we getting, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and I'm going to read verse 7 to 9, right? That's what it reads. It says, in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble, right? Who is the stubble? Esau, right? What? Obadiah 1:18, 110 or 1:18, right? Jacob a flame, and Jacob a fire and Joseph a flame, and Esau for stubble, right? Visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion, right? Dominion over the people. And their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful and love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have cared for his elect. The Lord been caring for his elect. Niggas thinking the elect is not here, nigga. I'm sorry. You another lost one, right? It wouldn't make like you think the Lord he eventually picked his elect when they come down to the low. Everything had to be orchestrated before we came down here. I just said the Lord is order. He is order, right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, the 4th chapter, and I'm gonna just read this in the GNT. We're gonna close out with this one. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4. Verse 15, and this is what it reads. That the Most High is kind and merciful to his own people. He protects those he has chosen, right? In the remit, I said that was the last one. Salaki if I slip with the tongue sometimes, but I just be so confident sometimes, right? This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 9. It says, except Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah, right? And guess what? The Lord is going to get a remnant out of Babylon, which is going to be really the foundation of the nation of Israel. The 144,000 elect is going to be part of that portion of the 1/3, man, that comes out of this dumbass place, right? In each captivity, if we fled or we left, the Lord always picked a remnant. When we look at Ezra, Nehemiah, and the other Jews that left, in the hands of Cyrus to go rebuild the temple, that was all the Most High's doing, right? Babylon, freaking Persian Medes, the Greeks, the Romans, when 1 million of them flee, the Lord was doing something, man. America, for the truth to grow, to come from Abba Bibbins and on down, all by Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Rakak Wadash, you have to believe, yo, the Lord always got his remit set, man. The Lord got his remit set, man. What is you doing, man? Do not take off from the day-to-day work. Either you reading, continue on that reading, seeking, right? Or if you constantly watching videos, constantly watch videos, constantly take your notes. Or if you teaching, constantly get your little lesson in, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour if it need be, right? Or study your notes. Always have yourself daily in something of the Lord, man. Either if it's a conversation, right? Or if you just trying to hear the word, right? Or you studying to prepare for a lesson, man, right? Have your mind ready to receive something. Have your mind ready to be like, you know what, this lesson, right? Because before I would try to get too critical to do a lesson. Oh, it had to be this. It had to be longer than an hour. It had to be this and be that. No, you can get 4 scriptures and them things smack, smack, smack. Like them niggas down the street and hitting that smack. You know what I'm saying? The ministry, the scriptures technically is inspiration, is motivation. All of us should be able to teach every aspect, to our ability in the scriptures, even if it's a basic video like I did yesterday, just showing that nobody's love can compare to the love of Yahweh Shemashai. And I didn't even direct it saying God only loves Israel. It was plain when the video started. You knew where this was going through the scriptures. But I wanted to do that title as in like a little slow clickbait, because you have other nations and everybody thinking, yo, God's love, but don't even understand the love that the Lord has is pointed to Israel, man. Well, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord willing, we are of that number, man, you and I. And if not, man, let's continue to keep our foot on the gas so that we can prove ourselves worthy to the Lord, that he can slide some oil on us, and then we can be worthy enough to, to get that glory, man. But with that, man, let's continue to keep the foot on the gas, press towards the mark, right? I'm not better than you. You're damn sure not better than me, man, right? And this is all for the elect. This is not for 2/3 that are going to get wiped away, but 2/3 you're going to get your judgment. You're going to get, either if it's me, your mama, your cousin, your uncle, 2/3 is going to get the best ass whooping destruction known to demand, right? Because we kept turning and rejecting the Lord, right? 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, I believe. If you read from verse 7 all the way, I think, to 10 or 11, that joint lets you know anybody that was rejecting the Lord, that was Israelites, man, you're going to get death by pain, right? May the force be with y'all, man. But with that, I'm going to say Yahweh Speed is your brother Dargabar. Shalom.